Our next Hall of Fame inductee is Julia Silva from TU Volleyball. Julia came to TU in 2005 and after 1 year had a new head coach.
The first time I ever met Julia, I had met with all the players individually after I had just taken the job, and she walked into my office, and the first thing she said to me is, "We almost picked the other guy." And so I thought, well, there's one thing for sure, she's going to be honest. She finished that conversation with, "We're going to be really good this year." And I thought, not only is she honest, but she's crazy.
Well, she wasn't crazy, because TU indeed was good in 2006, going 27-7 and falling just short of a conference championship. Then in 2007, TU really took off, the Golden Hurricanes sweeping through the Conference USA tournament to get to their first ever NCAA tournament. And as the setter, the quarterback so to speak, Julia Silva was a major factor.
Julia was an intense player. She was definitely the leader in the court, and she ran us, and it was a pleasure playing with her for sure, having that energy.
I think you take her talent, you take her character, her willingness to work hard, and her toughness, all of that combined into one, and you had a special player, a player that had the ability to will her team to victories.
She was a two-time Setter of the Year in CUSA, and in that position she had a unique ability to control the game.
She was a great quarterback because she knew who to give the ball to at the right time. She also had a great feel for the game. Probably unlike any player that I've ever coached, she's also probably the best player that I've ever coached in my 35 years.
She had an excellent vision of the game, so she knew what was going on our side of the court as well as what was going on the other side of the court.
To be a setter, you have to have a wonderful volleyball IQ, and you have to have an understanding of the opponent and of your team and what your team does well and what each hitter needs, and you have to be a good communicator with your team so that they're motivated and want to win.
And that included the intuitive knack to finish off points herself.
She had the ability to generate points like no other player that I ever had, and when you have a player like that in the setting position, she knew how to go get critical points when we needed them.
And she was an offensive setter too, meaning like when she had a chance, she would go up and make the cue herself, So that was brilliant on her part.
We were playing for a championship in 2007 and had called a timeout, and we asked her to make the other team think she was going to dump the ball and then set the ball to the outside. The play unfolded, and sure enough, she went up, and instead of faking the dump, she actually dumped it and scored a point.
So in her final season as a Golden Hurricane, Julia had helped raise Tulsa to a new level. What do people always remember about her? Mostly her competitive nature.
We were playing at SMU, and that was one of our big rivals. We had fallen in the match down 2-0, and during the 10-minute intermission, the SMU players thought it would be a pretty good idea to run past our locker room and beat on the door.
They're banging on our door, just bah, 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 saying words and things.
And tell our players in a word that rhymes with witches that we needed to go home.
We were pissed. We were pissed, and at that point we got pretty fired up, and went back to the court.
We did go home, but it was about an hour and a half later after we'd won the next 3 sets. And when that match ended, I think she went to their locker room and repaid them with the same type of compliment.
That's one of the instances that was so fun to play with Julia. Like she would not back down. She would step up to the challenge, and she would do her thing.
At the end of her career, Julia Silva was the all-time program leader in assists and had her jersey retired.
Those people that are in, they've got flags in the rafters, and we are reminded of them daily in our practice gym and in Reynolds Center. I think the foundation that she laid for us is incredibly important to us, and it's a good example for our players.
And now Julia Silva joins the ranks of the Tulsa Hall of Fame.
Julia, congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You're probably one of the most deserving players to have that honor. And I want to thank you for an unbelievable career there at Tulsa.
Julia, congrats on making the Hall of Fame. When I heard that, I thought there's absolutely no one more deserving than you. I hear you're doing great things in Brazil, so keep up the good work. And Rain King.
Congratulations, Julia, on Hall of Fame here at the University of Tulsa. We're so proud of you, and your success has been so important to us. The foundation that you laid is incredibly important.
Julia, we are extremely proud of you. We are so happy that you're receiving this award, and I can't think of anybody more deserving than you. You deserve it, and we love you. E vai, garota.
Please welcome the newest member of the University of Tulsa Hall of Fame, Julia Silva.